sundown, man. But my wife had to do the dialysis up until 11 o'clock that day, and she was wiped out. So we were like, okay, but anyway, I followed it, and I'm glad to see. And what thing we got to do now is get it off of Amazon, dog. I'm bad at that. So I got to figure out
What
get
about
my daughter when
Amazon?
she comes back in.
Huh?
That's when you have it on Amazon, right?
I ain't said it again.
Yeah, your book is on Amazon, right?
Oh, the ebook is on Amazon, but the
Oh,
the print book is not. I
oh,
haven't.
okay,
The print book is there was some issues with Ingram Spark,
oh, mm-hmm.
and they wanted me to remove the
Swastika.
swastika from
I
the
thought so.
flag.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, so I haven't done that yet. So I don't know what I don't know, but and I think because they're connected with um, Amazon is somewhere. The Amazon got the ebook with the
Okay.
swastika on the flag there, but there was some problem with that too, man. So right now, I'm just not even. Only way you can get it is to get it on my website right now.
Well, the whole Jewish thing is really, 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 people are, upset about Israel, Gaza, Palestine, that thing. So they're probably very super sensitive. And that's interesting. But yeah, it is what it is. So yes, indeed. But I love the cover in terms of the brilliance of it, the beauty of it. But I wondered about the swastika too, how they take it. So I had no idea you were going through that, man. That's amazing stuff.
Yeah,
Wow.
I
You
mean
know.
it just it's fine, man. I mean I'm not. I mean I ain't. I mean so it's not a big deal to me. I mean I
Yeah.
make more money having a book, selling the book
Mhm.
directly, and
Yeah.
or people purchasing it off the website. Because
Yeah.
on the site, man, on the online, I mean, or in the
Mhm.
bookstore, I'm only going to earn like $3 a book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. But the thing about, and even we know the swastika is a very offensive, symbol, but you're not promoting it. It's about the fall of the Fourth Reich,
Right.
and so you talk. But anyhow, I get it. People do what they do, but they actually ask you to take it off. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Ask me to remove it,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah.
I haven't done it. Yet. I mean, I have a cover
Hmm.
with the swastika removed, but I
Hmm.
just haven't done it. I just haven't done it yet. I don't know. I mean, right
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
I have books um that I've ordered with that's what I had to, I've been selling the ones with the so once those are all gone, if I'm
Hmm.
unable to order any more,
Hmm.
then I will probably go ahead and get and then to go ahead and remove the swastika.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as long as I can order with the swastika on there, is my
Mhm.
copies. I'm not even gonna think about that. I don't even
It,
care
it,
about.
it makes it Yeah, it makes a powerful statement. I mean, it makes you know that that's what that's about. It's about,
Yeah, yeah,
the fall.
yeah.
But it's like if the cover had a noose on it, a hanging noose, what that means to black people. I mean, as many times we've been hung in this
Right,
country, that
right.
kind of thing. Or if they had, whatever symbol. But you got to read the content to know what it's about, though, and that's what's kind of interesting. So anyhow, but to those people who are tuned in, we're tuned into the Writers Workshop. Hey, I'm Nathaniel Gadsden. I'm here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And this is Brother Neil Owens. Brother Neil's the author, some outstanding books, and you hear him talking about the this latest publication, which is called "The Rise and Fall of the Fourth Reich," and it has, I thought, a very powerful cover. But I do know that in the political times that we're in and the sensitivities and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's one of those things, man.
Yeah,
So anyone who's interested in publishing and becoming an author, you know that there's some things out there that you may run into that you may not see coming, but it may
yeah.
happen and it is what it is. So that's an interesting development. Very interesting. And not everybody's gonna feel the same way. In fact, if that was put up for debate, I'm sure a lot of people would be like, no, leave it on. It makes a statement. And other people are like, oh, take it off. But it is what it is. What can you do, man? What can you do? But anyhow, how did the tell us about the event itself, man? I really want to get down there and see that bookstore. Had you been to the bookstore before?
I haven't been to that one. I mean, I've been to the one they have in Southeast
Okay.
DC.
But what
Um,
about this particular one? What did
this
you
is
think?
the new one. It's a little smaller than the one in DC. Um, but it's well, it's a nice it's a great area. You know that the harbor is very very nice.
Beautiful, yeah, yeah,
So
that's
it's
good.
it's an excellent location. They had a nice little crowd out there, and it was a nice little event. I mean, they didn't get any media to come out.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That
Wow.
was uh that was the only down end of it. They didn't get any media to come out. Hopefully, it'd have been good if they had some media come out, a radio
Yeah,
station or a news station. One of them that came out. That would have
yeah,
been
absolutely.
very very nice.
Well,
But
tell the people what the event was all about, the name of it, and
yeah,
just break it down for it.
it was Black Books Matter Fest, and it was celebrating James Baldwin's 100th birthday,
Mhm,
and it was focused on indie authors, local indie authors,
mhm.
and it was set up very very well. It was very very well organized,
All right.
and you seen a lot of people coming by interested in purchasing Black books.
Okay.
And as
Mhm,
I said, this one young lady was a college student, and she came with her mother,
mhm.
and she came to purchase a Black book.
Yeah.
She
Mhm.
wanted to purchase a Black book, and so she ended up buying all three of my books.
Fantastic. That's
And I
great.
said to her, I said, well, which one you gonna read first? 'Cause I thought she was gonna probably say Mirrors of Life, you know.
Mhm.
She said she reading the Rise and Fall of the First Right or Fourth Right first.
Go ahead.
I said, wow, that means she's a
Mhm, mhm,
very deep thinker,
mhm.
you know,
That
to
was a
take
picture
that
of
one right
you.
off the top. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys were stationed outside then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Mhm.
Right there on the street had it set up outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So did they
And
have a
people
lot of
came and
people?
got the book and got their you know, autographed their books and all and
Mhm,
so on.
mhm.
Man, I was so busy, man. I didn't even really think about I forgot about taking pictures and stuff.
You were
Yeah, I
busy
was so
though. That's
busy.
good.
Yeah, I
Okay.
forgot about the pictures, man. I was very, very busy that day with a lot
That's
of
good, brother. That means you sold some books.
yeah, a lot of
Go
people were
ahead, man.
there. Yeah.
That's good, man. Excellent, excellent. Congratulations, brother. And you work hard at your craft, so that's well
Yeah.
deserved, man. Well deserved. Go ahead. So now, what's the next one coming up?
Next book?
Well, the next Jack event.
Oh, the
The
next
certain
event?
events.
Oh, the next
Yeah.
event, I you know, I don't have another scheduled event until I have the event with The Voice on the 22nd,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's coming up real soon. Okay.
and then after that, I have event at the library. That's not till November. So
Okay.
I'll be out in the out independently, man, in different areas, you know,
Mm,
selling the book.
good stuff. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that. You use the term indie, and I always say, at least once in a while on the station here, a lot of people don't know that indie means independent author. And so doesn't mean they're from India, independent author.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, independent.
Yeah,
Independent author is a shorty for independent author, right?
yeah, yeah, indie, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Have you
You
ever
can
considered the Harlem Book Fair?
um there's the Harlem Book Fair. That's in New York, right? That's in New
Yeah, New
York.
York. Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
New York. Mhm.
You know, I've it's been a whole bunch of book fairs
Yeah. Mhm.
and I haven't made the Harlem one. I mean, it was one up in New York that I wanted to go to before, and I just
Mhm.
didn't work out. Be getting up there,
Mhm.
but that was probably when is that one? Is that one?
It's in September, and I think Brother Chris had pulled it up for us before. I should have written it down. I really want to go to that, and I'm hoping that my wife is now she's doing some trainings on Saturdays.
Yeah,
Probably going to wipe this out because she's busy for the next 5 or so Saturdays, so like an all-day training she does. But we used to go up every single year, and it was really just out of sight, man. So many people, of course, so much activity, so many great authors just walking around in the crowd. The vending was a little bit salty. I think they wanted like 250 to 300, something like that, just to vend, and I'm like, you know. But you do have a massive audience up there though, when you think about it. And it got a little smaller, I think, after the whole COVID thing. I don't know, but I know that they've come back. Someone said it was really nice last year. So yeah, yeah, it's something to think about. And then they have the AFRAM, which may have already taken place down in Baltimore, you know. So that's always real nice too. They
Yeah,
say they
it's
get a
it's
massive
it's
crowd.
it's a few of them that I had on my list that I ended up missing out on.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, there was some here. There were some
Uh-huh.
other ones around at the farm, South Carolina, and a
Mhm.
couple of other places, but yeah, just
Mm. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just had
missed out
somebody
on.
send me a message here and see what they're saying. I don't know if it look like it's pertaining to the Wordshop here. Let me see this real quick. Let me see. Oh, I had a young lady who hold on, let me see this real quick. The same as like she could get into there's comments that you know. Kind of reason put in that session. Okay. Let me just respond back to this here. All right. Yeah, no, by the way, the seal hopefully will be coming on tonight, the seal powder out of New York City. And the Zill's been one of our more, consistent people like yourself, coming on. And so she's been, going through a little bit there and she, is coming out on the other side here. She, has found a place and, is hoping to, go in sometime soon, but she needs a little bit of fundraising. So I kind of kicked it off for her a little bit, and we're going to talk about that tonight. So don't be shy. She got a lot of followers, man. She's been doing these daily broadcasts and stuff, and hopefully she'll tell her story when she comes on. But we're gonna do a little push for her tonight and see whether or not some people will, what they call it, be angels and help her out a little bit here. Um, hey, a lot of people been through it, dealt with it, that kind of stuff.
What's
And
what's 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 going on with her?
well, she was she was losing the housing. That's what it was. She had a daughter that was living with her. I think at least one, maybe two, and then the one, whoever they decided to move out on their own and stuff. They kind of put her in a bind because she wasn't making that kind of money to be able to stay. They had gone in together, and you know how families can be sometimes. And then she's been struggling trying to hold on to it and realized that just wasn't making it. But she has found something, and now she just needs a little boost. And so we'll see what we can do. I told her sometimes you just the Bible says you have not because you ask not. And so sometimes you just gotta ask, just put it out there and let the Holy Spirit, or people be moved by, by the consciousness. If they want to help out, they want to help out. I always tell people if you're trying to raise $1,000, you only need 10 people to give $100. You know, you need 20 people to give $50, and then you got it. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. But guess what? People can't give if they don't know. You know, and so I told her, I said, don't be afraid to use part of your podcast or whatever, just to say, hey, listen, if there are any angels out there, if you can help to pour into this, here's what I need, here's what I can do. And yeah, I remember I was telling her that the day she called me, we talked, and I was telling her that with our Kwanzaa program one year, we were really kind of behind the eight ball. It just things didn't, mesh the way they had in the past. And so I put out a little message and said, we just want people, if you can just give $25, that's all we wanted. You don't have to give no big money, whatever. Man, I'd be walking down the street and someone would stop and say, hey, here, bro, here's my 25. I was shocked to see how far out that went. You know what I mean? We got well over the amount of money we needed to put forth that, Kwanzaa. And then some people said, oh, man, I give more than 25 and that kind of thing. Just gave, if they know it's going for worthy cause or that you're a quality person, a lot of times people support. And so she's kind of shy, I get it. And, they about doesn't want to ask. But, yeah, I'll ask for her. I mean, if
Yeah,
you need a little help, just
yeah.
ask. That's all.
I have something like that going on with my sister also.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, it's, I was hit up 3 times this week, and I said, Lord, is there a sign out on my door or something? What's happening there? It's one of those things. So, it happens, man. And so what we have to do, even like with your sister, you mentioned that, I don't know how deep, it is, but, maybe there's a way to, put people in the prayer list and, help them to put it out on blast a little bit and, swallow that pride and just see who can step up and help. I was amazed. There was a minister, I won't say who, but long ago, he's deceased now. He had went against his congregation and he did something and it cost some real money and the congregation got angry with him and left. I mean, he really lost just about everybody. And then this other minister came by and was just talking to him, didn't know him. He just got a chance to meet him and everything. And he happened to mention that. He said, yeah, I kind of ran into a little problem here. I, did something I probably shouldn't have done, whatever. The guy said, what happened? And she told him, he said he basically wanted to build a parking lot. He said, because we really needed it, man. But the church said, oh, we don't need it. He said, we really did. He said, and it made a tremendous difference. But the people were so angry that he did it, they left. This pastor said, you know what? He said, brother, I'm thankful for letting me know that, man. He said he came down unannounced with his people. And not only did they pay off pay the whole thing off, $10,000. They also, cleared out some bushes and this and that, and then also made it look real nice, man. And he said, I just met this guy, and this guy just stepped out of the bag like nobody's business and blessed me, man. So, Now, does your sister live down in your area? You're mute right now. Yeah.
DC. She lives in
Oh,
DC.
okay, yeah, yeah. You see. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, let us know how we maybe, hey man, maybe we can help. Maybe, do a little telethon or something or do, whatever. Help out, brother. Everybody's, listen, we've all been there, done that. Sometime a stage in our life, right? Yeah, so, yeah, no question. Other thing I ran across is there's a wonderful organization here. Systems of Care, but I forget the name of the meeting they hold every second Thursday of the month. Her name is Helen Spence, and then there's a Frances Lavender. They head up this Systems of Care. Helen does really, and Frances works with her. But anyhow, they bring together about 50 agencies, and they just can be more than that sometimes. And they'll come together and they share about what they do. They'll have a speaker that kind of talks about that thing that they highlight. Then everybody in the room goes around and talks about upcoming events or things that they're doing, whatever, and then they support one another. So when they put on an event, they get really big turnouts and a lot of vendors, a lot of people, and the collaboration is strong, man. They also put out a little booklet, Who Comes? And so that booklet I've been using like crazy because it has all the resource information in it. Whoever put it together did a heck of a job. Phone numbers, contact information, addresses, all that stuff. So these guys that I'm working with now, they need that, And so I'm able to say to them, hey, there's a manual, here's a book. Let's look at this thing. And then I push them. I said, don't tell me you didn't know. Come on now, you got it in your hand. Yeah, so hopefully she'll come on tonight and we can, maybe encourage her and do whatever it takes. Yeah. Yep, encouragement. So, but how many people did you estimate that came out to the conference there, last Saturday? Yeah, if you just unmute Neil, just unmute your brother. Yeah,
It was about 1,000 people, I would say
that's
that came.
good. That's good. That's excellent. Yeah, man, that's excellent. So that's what you need. You need to just get out, get up and go. And how far is that from your where you live?
Yeah, it's about 5 hour drive.
Wow, okay, all
Yeah,
right. That's
I
good.
mean,
I
going
thought it
back
was
home.
actually,
I just going back home.
yeah, yeah,
And yeah, it's like 5 hour drive.
yeah, okay.
Uh,
I yeah, what was I gonna say? You said far back drive. Oh, okay. But anyhow, I forget what it was at this point, just as we make observation about your book and sales and all that good stuff. Yeah, so I wish we can get you up here to Harrisburg. We're not work on that, man. We have some pretty nice events up this way. And especially a thing like Capona. Capona brings thousands of people. It's down on the riverfront. Tomorrow they have what's called the Cultural Fest. That's going to be dynamite. We've had little bit of everybody up here, you know, the rappers, Sheila E, I think was the best I saw. And then Big Daddy Kane, they said turned it out. They said he was very good. I missed
Mhm.
But yeah, man, it's free. So you have people just flowing in here, you know, it's all free. And they have the food trucks out and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, but the audience is alive, electric. So one of these days we gotta, you know, set you up to come up here and sell your books. Yeah. You
Yeah,
see what
yeah.
Bobby Amos,
That's yeah, I do need to get up there at some point,
mhm,
definitely.
yeah, no doubt, man. Gotta make that.
What do y'all have a book fair coming up anytime soon?
Yeah, there's in fact, what I gotta do is I'll hook you up with the Midtown Scholar bookstore because they bring in outstanding authors all the time. I mean, they brought in Rushdie, you know, the dude who they wanted to kill because he said something against was it the Ayatollah? He said something about the Muslims,
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, Rushdie. So and then someone actually tried to kill him, man. He lost the eye and everything. But he's been here a few times. And then you have I mean, just bringing everybody. They bring in top-notch people. They have a book fair. They do a nice book fair. And then almost everything we do, we have a guy by the name of Joe Bedard, and he does was it first books. He buys a ton of books and gives them away. And he, you know, he's always at something. So I'll try to put you on the little list there about what's happening. And then maybe you can, you know, plan in advance and get, you know, make your way up here. And you know, it'd be worth it. They have a big jazz fest and they have vendors at that. I mean, that thing, they say it brings in about 10,000 people. And it's like a Friday night, Saturday, and I think Sunday also. So it's like a three-day event. And it's well laid out. I mean, when Larry Moore was doing it, I hope he's still doing it. Top notch, you know. And they have all the top jazz artists. You name them, they've been there, you know. And it's down on what's called the riverfront in Fort Hunter, which is a real nice setting. It's like you know, everything's out in the open. That is big tent, so vendors galore, and people do well because so many people come, you know. So yeah, yeah. So anyhow, um, again, and I don't know, Chris, did you find? Let me see if I can find. I can find it right here. The Harlem Book Fair. People from Harrisburg. I understand there's someone who's actually trying to, uh, you know, trying to pull together a bus, I think, trip to Harlem to the book fair there. And it's a sister who I went up with her before. She pulls it together, does a real nice job. Yeah, so okay, good, okay. I think Brother Chris is bringing up. All right, there you go. Saturday, September the 7th. Oh man. You know what? Now that's amazing. We're having our family reunion that same Saturday. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I really want to get up to that too. You can see and now that's indoors, but they have a lot
That's
of
the
stuff.
Harlem Book Fair.
Yeah, yeah, HBF, yeah, Harlem Book Fair, yeah. Yeah, they have venues. They like the Schaumburg, you can go there. Oh, oh, okay, download. Okay, they have registration for okay. So more than likely they already have all of their vendors. They said sold
Hmm.
out. Let me see. See the dog. Okay, look what when available begins on the loft room rental. What's this? Okay. So, yeah, they said the last day of the book was Sunday, August the 11th. Isn't that something? Yeah. But they said they have lofts though. Okay, that's interesting. All right. There's some of the people that be there and all that. So it's well put together, man. If you ever decide you're gonna, you know, look into it,
Yeah.
put together. Yeah. I mean, it's New York for goodness sake, you know, so you're gonna get the people. Yeah. What else is going on? Anything else happening?
I don't
No.
know, just staying busy,
Yeah, yeah.
dealing with um, you know, dealing with my sister and other issues.
Yeah, what's good? How is there any way we can help?
No, it's man,
Yeah,
just,
that to it. I understand,
yeah,
man.
I'm holding it down right now.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, and I know what you're going through, brother. Believe you me, You know, I think there's one in every family or two or three in every family,
Yeah.
but you know, just, yeah. And the Lord blessed me, man. I went out here and put my hustle on. And I'm telling you, three people contact me out of clear blue, and it's like, you know what? Hey, you know, just got to do what we got to do. Help them if you can, you know. But at the same time, you know, you want to get them to the point where they understand the pitfalls. A lot of times, and we do all these family programs, and some of the families that we see, they're like at the same place 3 years later, doing the same thing. And it's like, no, you know, no, I mean, no, that doesn't work that way. So if it's something that can't be helped, that's one thing. But if it's something that you're just doing constantly repetitive and not paying attention, that's a whole different stroke, you know. But hey, I'll say to everybody listening, been there, done that, you know, where finances just weren't there. You know, didn't see it coming and and people stepped up, you know, and helped out. You don't realize that they're helping out until you look back and say, how did I get through that? Well, there's some angels out there, you know, some angels out there looking for you. So
How
yeah,
is
man.
Ro doing?
Rose doing well. I talked to her yesterday and I gotta send her something. I'm so glad you mentioned her name because she's finishing a project for me. And she said she had a lot of loose ends. And so she's really trying to hunker down. She's you know, dealing with the newspaper. She's dealing with her own books and dealing with, you know, some clients. So she got a lot of things going on with her. But you know, it's a good busy. You know, she's busy, she's overworked. She said, but I love it. And then she was doing a summer thing, a summer camp with acting with kids and everything, which was real nice. She did that last year too. So she's had her plate full, man, you know. And she's doing fine. Now Wendy's the one I gotta reach out to. I haven't talked to Wendy in a minute. And I know at one point she had a little health issue. And so I want to, you know, make sure that, you know, she's she's okay. Yeah, I haven't seen her, talk to her. And at one point, she was going to all the book fairs and different things, setting up her exhibits, you know, and trying to sell books and stuff. But I haven't seen her hide nor hear of her. Yeah. And Dan Snowden, haven't talked to Dan in a while. Dan usually comes on, you know, late at night
Yeah.
and yeah. I know he's been doing something with the Uptown Portrait. There was a brother, a white dude here in the city who was just really, really, really super dude, man. A guy named Marty Esworthy. And Marty was he helped to create the Almost Uptown Poetry Cartel, which I love the name of that. And then he was one of the dudes who was on the scene with myself when I first came back here, and we just started doing those poetry venues. Well, he passed away, and he was a professor, I think, at one point, and did other things. He was real beatnik, real back in the day kind of beatnik guy. And boy, they put on a heck of a funeral for him. I couldn't go, but I heard about there's going to be a funeral, and they had these huge blow up pictures of him and like a video and stuff. And then they had all these poets get up and read their works and his works. And you're talking about a celebration. Boy, they kicked it. I had to give it to him. They put it on Facebook. That's how I saw it. And I was sorry I wasn't there because Marty was my man. He was a good guy. And we got a chance to, you know, interface a lot of times. And he's just genuine. You ever meet these guys, they're not trying to be anything great. They just are great, you know? And just a real cool guy to talk to. And he brought people together. He did what the Wordshop used to be. There was a time at the Wordshop, we had 50, 60, you know, people sitting there and just, you know, kicking everybody, reading, having a good time and all that good stuff. And that's what the Poetry Cartel did. They just changed their name to something that I don't know, you know, why they did that. But anyhow, they changed the name to something, but they're still meeting. They used to meet on Thursday nights. We met on Friday nights in the same location, Midtown Scholar Bookstore. And Thursday nights, the Poetry Cartel, and then the Writers Workshop. So people had options, you know? Yeah. So hats off to Marty Esworthy, who was a great poet, but even more so, a great creator of space for the poets, you know, because people have to have a place to read, and he made that possible. Here's an article I was asked to do about a restaurant coming to Harrisburg. It currently exists in York, and they're going to keep it in York, but also bring it to Harrisburg, called Men in the Kitchen, which is you know, a pretty cool name, Men in the Kitchen. So look out for the Black Wall Street newspaper when it comes out next month. And the current issue is really good too, by the way. Check out the current issue for August. And then in September, you'll see whole new newspaper out. And look for that article. I caught Men in the Kitchen. I was real pleased with the food. It was excellent, absolutely excellent. My wife and I went down. Was that yesterday? Oh no, Wednesday. I think we went down Wednesday evening. Yeah, and enjoyed ourselves. Really enjoyed it. And then they're bringing it to Harrisburg. It's going to be on Second Street, and so I'm hoping that maybe they'll incorporate a little poetry or readings, one day a week or something like that. Because where they're going, it's a nice space. I know where it's located, and that could be nice atmosphere for good read. Yeah, so. All right, all right, all right. So let's talk books here, man. So, after the whole process, you put together, Rise and Fall of the Fork, right? Who designed your cover for you, Neil?
Well, basically, I'm the one that put the idea of the flag, and the editor. My editor did the rest. I'm the one with the idea of the flag and the swastika on the flag,
Okay, okay.
and he did the other thing, the color and the.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
He,
And like I said, everybody's not going to like everything, and everything's
all
not,
right.
and it's not like you're trying to, sell,
Hey man, it really
uh,
doesn't,
Nazi.
and that's the key of being an independent author. So
Mm-hmm.
if I wasn't an independent author and it went out and I was contracted to a pub, I wouldn't have any say over anything, man. So they
Right.
do what the hell they want. So there was nothing I could say, nothing I could do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I like the cover. I want it that way, and I was going to keep it that way until for now anyway, and it may stay
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Well, it'd be
interested.
interesting to see how people react, to maybe do a little, what do you call it, guerrilla survey, and just see what people even think about. Um, I can see why, the Jewish community leadership might say, hey, we want that off, but the average person might not find that offensive at all. They might get it, I
Well,
don't know.
I don't think people find it offensive.
Mhm.
I haven't. Um, I don't think I don't think anyone really particularly find it offensive. I don't think even a Jewish person should find it offensive.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
it's well, some people they say, oh well, you staining the flag or whatever, but the illustration represents a group of people, neo Nazis, that is staining the flag.
yeah. In
That's
fact,
what it illustrates.
can we have Brother Chris? Can you bring it up because it just hit me that uh, basically this is American flag, but you included the swastika like overlay lapped on. Is that what you did?
Yeah, I put put the swastika on the flag,
Mm-hmm.
and because these neo Nazis are doing this under the name of America,
Right. Mm-hmm.
under as patriots and under as pro-American,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and it's a
Mm-hmm.
Christian nationalist movement.
The funniest thing I will tell you that I was picturing the swastika. I remember that being on your book cover. I had no idea it was over top of the flag because it didn't mean anything to me. I mean, I remember seeing that, but it didn't hit me that it was actually over top of the flag like that. So I don't think a lot of people would react to that because I didn't. Not at
No,
all.
no,
I
I'm
see.
just surprised that they did, man.
Yeah.
Sparks did. They reacted to that way. I was like, oh, okay. So,
Right.
yeah. So I just haven't. I just left it.
Mhm.
I haven't submitted anything new, man. To them. They asked me to submit to remove that. I haven't done anything on that yet. For they distribute it.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I'm not even thinking about that right now.
Yeah. Right on. Right on. Okay. And I don't blame you. Sometimes you got to take a stand. Um, a lot of people have, man. A lot of people have decided, no, this is how I'm feeling that, and they go with it. And next thing you know, boom, it blows up people. It's a big hit. people get it. But think about it, that could be died right on the editing floor.
Right.
Then, you
That's
know,
right. That's
yeah,
right.
just died
You
right on
know,
that
and
floor.
yeah, that's why I, it's good. And basically what you have is just you have to just basically get, you've worked through it and get yourself onto a platform, get yourself connected to someone, or you can advertise. I mean, it takes a lot of money. You need about like
Yeah,
30 grand, man, to advertise your
yeah,
book
yeah.
effectively. You need at least $30,000
Mhm.
to advertise. And it's a good investment because you advertise it, and you most likely you will get that back with profit. So, but you got to have that $30,000.
That's a lot of money, brother. That's a
And that's
lot
the
of money.
thing. You gotta have $30,000 on you hand to do it. So it's.
It's so funny, Neil, and I don't want to step on your toes here. I'm just going to throw it out here because one of the things the Wordshop, the reason why we had this platform is to showcase people's writings and to encourage us to, find one another as indie writers or, authors of any type. And so, that's why we do it, right? Um, but it's so much better when you can collaborate with a group or with, somebody that has your same vision, but maybe they're going over here, you're over here, and maybe, do some collaboration. And I bring that up because I never forget a person who, I mean, they had something going there for a minute, man. They brought in all these outstanding authors. Elin Harris, remember Elin Harris?
Yeah, I remember the name. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he was a writer. He was I think a gay male, but he wrote, about his community, and then he wrote a lot of stuff. So it's sort of like Terry McMillan at the same time. She was out doing her thing. He was pretty hot. He never got to her level, but his book sold very, very well. And so she had the two of them in. She also had Malcolm X's daughter. I remember, she came in, and this was down at the city government center, which is relatively small in the atrium. And man, she had like 11 to 15 outstanding authors all coming together, the whole bit. And I don't know what happened. I mean, I wonder why she stopped because she was doing good stuff. And I remember, thinking to herself, it seemed like she's, has a little attitude. I don't know what's going on and don't really, really care. I'm just throwing it out there. But wow, I think we missed the mark when I had something, she had something, someone else had something. Bring all that together for various, 1 or 2 events a year. That's all you got to do. And it's amazing how we can support community, build, a following for all entities involved. But when people silo like that, man, just you got to be me, me, me. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So anyhow, I'll leave that alone. But we started in 1977 and we're still going strong. Thanks be to God. Um, yeah, I mean, I would say we don't need nobody. Well, you do need people. You never know when you need them or why you need them. But I'm not going to stop just because you're saying, well, I'm not going to work with you or whatever. That okay, I got you. But I'm still moving forward. This is God led, right? This is
That's
something
right.
that God, He's
Right.
blessed us,
That's
man.
right.
Yeah, He's blessed us, but this is the platform. And then along comes these clowns who tried to tear it all down by hijacking the station, putting on pornography and all that kind of stuff. But it didn't work. Here we are, still going strong. So keep that in mind, folks. Keep that in mind. If you
That's
want to
right.
be a part of this experience, you can email me at pgadsden, GADSDEN at AOL.com. AOL.com. And yeah, and once you send your stuff in and we, know that you're serious, I can get you on the editor so you can read your works. But that's something we used to have quite a bit of too. Different people reading on a particular night. But then people start it pretty much blowing off the whole first hour of this show. Um, they just blow it off. And I'm thinking, what's that about? But okay, cool. At least you do come on, and that's cool. Maybe just want to do that 1 hour. That's all right. But man, there's so much more we could be doing together. We want to bring in Amanda Gorman, the great poet laureate for the United States youth. She's the
Mhm.
youth poet laureate for the United States. And we can make it happen, but individually we can't. But collectively we can.
Right.
And I don't
Collectively.
care if
Right.
you get the honor of it. let's just make it happen. We had Maya Angela here before. We had Nikki Giovanni. We had a little bit of everybody here. Yeah, we gotta make it happen, man. Yeah. So okay, brother Chris, I'm going to ask you if you don't mind bringing up the first video for the night. I know we covered a lot of ground just talking, but I do want to see, what you have in store as far as the video. Yeah.
Where does your happiness lie? In the cute guy who caught your eye? And his witty email reply? Or the way he stares as you walk by? Where is your happiness placed? In his nice home, nice car, and cute face? In the location of your next romantic date? In your prayers as you determine this is fate? What gives you the greatest satisfaction? Is it when he gives you your desired reaction? Outfit exuding sexual attraction? With every step from every group and every faction? To me, the greatest disgrace is happiness displaced, taking advantage of God's grace and choosing to run this race alone, thinking you have a friend when really you depend on men to validate you from within so that you can feel good on the outside, but end up being taken for a long ride or taken somewhere you were never intended to go in the first place. Thank God for his love and a fresh grace. Please take Jesus by the hand. Let him lead you to a land that flows with milk and honey. Don't worry, he'll give you some money and a whole lot more. That peace you were waiting for. That joy you've been looking for. Happiness you were longing for.
Back there. Azil, how are you?
Hi. I was trying to just grab a bite.
That's okay. You can mute your mic, and I'm not your mic, your camera. And then, if people don't, it's up to you. Yeah, it's all good. I've done it many times. Yes, indeed. But how you doing tonight?
I'm good.
Okay. I promoted a little bit. I was telling them that we're going to do, spend some time. We got a whole hour left, hour and 10 minutes, to talk about, some of the things that you could benefit from. And I hope you got something from you today.
Yeah, right. Poetry,
You
yeah.
did? Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad it came through because it hesitated. At first it said they'll notify me when it comes through. I'm like, okay, now what's that mean? They'd be messing with my man's money. I can't do it. But anyhow, introduce yourself, Lizelle, you see Neil here, by the way.
Hi, Neil.
Mhm. Yeah. So introduce yourself to the folks, tell them what you do.
Okay, my name is Lisa Powder. I am a poet, an artist, and also a digital creator. I've written 3 books, and which is on Amazon. I'm also a writer. The books are Still Overcoming, Welcome to America, and Women Right Now.
Uh-huh. Okay, good stuff. And where you located?
I'm located in New York.
Say it again.
New York.
Oh, New York. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, originally from
All right.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I know you're an artist, like you said, both a written artist as well as a visual artist. And sometimes we artists gotta, go through some stuff in order to get to where we want to go. So the seal right now is looking for some donors. We need a few donors out here to help her out. She has a wonderful, property in place that she can move into. I guess it's a rental property. Is that right, Azil?
Yes.
Yeah, it's rental property. So, but at this point, we need to get some funds raised. And, because we're all part of this thing called the Writers Workshop, we're all in this together. If we can't give financially, what we can do is maybe give resources or information about where she might be able to get it from. So, we just need somebody out there, folks out there, and we're going to approach another group too, and I'll tell you about that later. We just need folks out there who have a heart for our artists and, encourage the written word and, the spoken word and also the visual, the visual word, really, when people present themselves. So we just need help. So if you are so inclined, if you know of yourself or someone else that could give small denominations or large denominations, it would certainly help the zeal who needs to have something come in by, I think it's the end of next week, like next Friday?
Yes.
Yeah, next Friday. Okay, yeah, so trying to do that. So we did plan at least a small seed, I think we're shooting for about 1,000, is that right?
Yes.
About 1,000, so we were able to, I think we plan to seed about 200 already. So now we need to get, another 800. And so, how can they address you, Dazil? Let's say they want to send you
I
something.
could put the Cash App. I could put it in the chat.
Okay, very good.
All right.
Can you say it out loud as well, just for those people who are not so savvy?
All right, I'll put my Cash App information, and it's the $ and my name, Lisa Powder. So I'll put it in the chat just now. I'm looking for
Okay. So while you're doing that, Brother Neil, did you want to tell us a little bit about, your next project? Because you have something that's on the shelf that I really like, and that's the storyteller. I think that's what it's called. And you might want to take that. Yeah, you got to unmute yourself, dear brother.
Yeah, storytellers. It really is a. I guess it's really good. Yeah, that's a real good piece, and
Right.
I will release that at some point because it's all done and copyrighted, edited, everything. Covered. So I'll release it sometime next year.
Okay.
Probably the spring of 2025. Yeah. It's a bunch of it's a collection of short stories.
Yeah.
Different type of genres of short stories and a couple of serious pieces as well. Some other historic non-fiction type things.
Yeah.
It's a couple of those thrown in, like one. But majority of it is just a bunch of short stories of different genres. Very entertaining and very spiritual, very, very educational. All my work is God centered.
All right. All right.
Yeah, all of my work is God centered. So it's like, you always find places to put. I always find a place to put scripture somewhere in the stories, and always acknowledging God and presence. So it's all of that. It's kind of self-development type things. It's a lot. I mean, I guess you just have to really read one to just understand just how depth it is.
Yeah.
As far as how much you learned from it.
Good stuff. Well, in Brazil, one thing I hope for you is that when you put your books out there and everything, that you have contact information, how people know how to get to you and everything, because you need to. And same thing with Neil, we need to be able to build these build up our followings so that people know what your work is about and tell the people about it, and and just keeps on growing. That's the beauty of this thing called the internet right now. I mean, back when I was growing up, we didn't have nothing even close to something like this. Now everybody got their little computer right in the palm of their hands, right? And they can connect to almost any and everything with this thing. It's amazing. It really truly is. Yeah, so it really truly is. Can you say your Cash App out loud for us?
It's the $ and my name, Liselle, Liselle Powder, Powder. Yeah.
That's good. So now, give us a taste of your writing, because you haven't, some people are maybe hearing you for the first time. So find some stuff that you want to lift up to know the quality of poetry that you do. And, you know, like I said, they want to support the artists, okay?
All right.
Yeah,
So you
find
want
some.
me read for you? Read now.
Yeah, read a piece, and then I'm gonna ask
Okay.
Neil if he wants to read a piece. I don't know if he does or not, but we can read something as well. Yeah.
Okay, so this one, let me just make it a little bigger.
Okay. And by the way, I like that piece that Brother Chris did. I don't know if I commented on that or not, but she was good. I like that rhyme. She had a rhyming scheme. Okay.
Okay, this one is called Her life was thrown into garbage bags.
Hmm.
I see her, but she didn't see me. Her shadows lurked in garments of fragments that was torn from her skin.
Hmm.
She cried for help, but she hid from the scars. Into the bag I threw pieces of her life, some filled with tears that was wiped by her hands, hands that surrendered to giving up. As I looked in the bag, I saw the downside of her life. Then I saw the upside that made her smile and believed she can. I saw her motherhood that carried her down a path she wasn't sure of. There were others that were separated. Those fragments made her miserable. As I looked in the bag, I saw her trying to be appreciated, trying to be loved as the love never loved her back. I saw her storms and depression as she ate every dark cloud that spoke words to her open doors. Doors that was locked, but she heard the knock and she opened with welcome arms. She's trying to close those doors, but it's filled with pain. I close the bags, but my pain is with her. I can't reach her physically, but my prayers will reach her mentally, as her fragments will fit one day.
Nice. And what was the inspiration behind that?
That's when I was moving, my youngest daughter, I packing up her stuff and throwing them into garbage bags. So, we cleaning up, packing up and putting stuff together. So it felt like I was throwing her life into the garbage bags and,
Oh,
so I
yeah.
just based it on that. And with every fragment of clothing that she wore, and I saw her wearing these clothing, it just reminded me of her downside, her upside, what made her smile, what clothing represented her.
You're pretty powerful in your readings. I like the way you use your voice and everything. So how can people, get your books, by the way? Are they just on Amazon, or are there other means?
Yes, they can just Google. Well, my name is it's on Amazon. The books that it's Welcome to America, Still Overcoming, and Woman Right Now. It's on Amazon under Liselle Powder.
Woman Right Now?
Yeah, that's a combination of work written by different authors that, they wrote about their traumas. So it's on Amazon.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So what's going on up in New York? I know the Harlem Book Fair is going to take place on September the 7th. My brother Chris just pulled that up for us, and that always looks real good. And I know you're going through some things in terms of, needing to be settled and all that. So you probably don't have time for a whole bunch of conversation about social things coming up. But if you can tell us about anything coming up, we'd appreciate it.
To visit the Harlem Book Fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. When it is?
Saturday. You said, when is it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be Saturday, September the 7th.
Okay, I'll see if I could come.
But we're not having a bus trip with that. I thought about it. You know,
No,
and that's
I'll
something to consider.
I'll take the subway and see where when it drops me into Harlem, where's
Oh,
the
yeah.
next? Yeah.
That's probably a good bet. Because I'm sure there's gonna be other people doing the same thing, you know, a lot of folks. So I wish I had my little list here. In fact, I need to go get it. I'm going to get a list because there's a few things coming up that I want to inform people of. And I don't think I have it over here. Let me double check just to make sure. My buddy Nicole Wilkerson helped put together the schedule. We were just sitting now brainstorming about what we want to do. I know Kwanzaa is we're looking forward to Kwanzaa being when is it? Oh, December the 14th, we're thinking of. December the 14th. And so that's something that, you know, hopefully everyone will put in their calendar. And if you have a chance to unction to come, we would
Yeah.
love to have
Yep.
you. Say you're gonna come?
Yes, I
Oh,
want to.
oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been down what?
I'll
Twice
be
now?
settled. I'll be settled.
Oh, yeah,
So
we will make sure to settle. But yeah, you've been down twice, I believe, to different events.
yeah.
Once also down in Lancaster, besides just Harrisburg. You did a thing in Lancaster too. What was it, Lancaster?
Yes.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
also, yeah. And you know, hopefully you did well.
Yeah. It was
Mhm.
good. It was good. I did
Oh, wonderful.
poetry reading and
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm. You know, part of the writing process, of course, is knowing your genre and all that kind of good stuff. What is your what? How would you describe your writings at this point? What is your genre?
Um, I wouldn't say I have a certain type of writing. I just like to see something and put the poetry into it, just like how I talk about I throw her life into garbage bags. So I like that kind of way that I write, where I see an object and I turn it into something human, into something,
Mhm.
that represents the feelings of human beings, something about human beings. So it's just that's how I like to do the writing.
Well, you know, it works for you. That's the key. It works for
Yeah,
you, and you know, so a lot of times I say once you find your lane, people say stay in your lane, you know, because that's what people expect to see you. When you
yeah,
zigzagging all over the place and people not sure, you know, who is she? What's her voice about? Or, you know, what do we know about it? That can be uh, debilitating and also exhilarating, you know,
yeah,
because some people they don't want you to know anything about them except the fact that you're a writer, you know, whatever you might be. And then they don't want everything to do with it. Then they start getting involved, running their mouth, and saying this and that, you know, they want to have a piece of the pie, so to speak. So people can be fickle, but you know, if it wasn't for people, we didn't sell our stories, we didn't sell our poetry, we didn't sell
yeah,
books. So we got to keep that in mind as well. Um, and that's for everybody. Anybody that's looking to be a writer, remember, um, you know, a guy like Neil who writes perfect. I mean, he's really a good writer, as we all know. But he takes a chance. He's writing the book from like a Nazi standpoint, but at the same time, you know, making his points about their shortcomings and their failings.
yeah,
Yeah. So one of the things I'll say to the writers out there is write, you know, and also write what you know, write what you feel passionate about. Nazil's been writing for a pretty long time now. How many years has it been, Nazil?
since 2019.
Well, 19 years.
2019.
Good. Well, you know, part of it is again, you know, knowing your audience, knowing what might sell. We bang around that notion of being an indie writer, you know, which is an independent writer. But when you're an indie writer, you know, that means, you know, it's kind of on you to do just about everything, you
Yeah,
know, distribution, you know, promotion, sales. I mean, all that, you know, we kind of fall back on the author. However, when you have these author events, these these conferences and things, make friends, get to know who the people are and make friends with them, because sometimes they will literally
Yeah.
open up the bag and give you all the information you need because they think so highly of you, And so, yeah, I would recommend that big time, big time.
The event I told you about that they want me to speak in Australia. The lady came back again and asked me, she said she want me to come, but they will waive the cost to speak. But I just have to get the plane to get there and I'll stay by them. But I told her next time.
Yeah, that's a long way to go and gotta be expensive, And you're in the
Yeah,
midst of doing your own thing, and then that's the other
I
thing
don't
about
have that money right now to.
yeah, and you don't want to be impulsive, you want to go, so I'm just gonna go, but it doesn't work that way. You put yourself further and further in debt and deeper in the hole, so to speak.
Yeah,
No, and nothing anybody can do. Yeah, so yeah.
yeah. Neil come off, he gone?
Yeah, he may be. I'm not sure. Sometimes when you take your camera off, it just does this, he's not going at all. But I think he's talking to his wife and, about employment and how they do things and all that good stuff. Because no matter if you're married or not, you still got to be on the same page, you just got to make it happen. Hey, tomorrow again is the Cultural Fest, and it's going to take place here in Harrisburg. It's not going to be at that wonderful venue that we had last year, which was the Broad Street Market. The first part of Broad Street Market was apparently down in the basement side where Greyhound is. It was just overrun with mice and rats. Yeah. Yep. And so, hopefully someone's writing about the Broad Street Market. I'm sure someone is right now. What it meant to the community and all that kind of stuff. So I like your style because you capture real life and you take real life and you turn it into something very poetic and memorable, And rest assured, people walk around quoting Brazil powder one day. You'd be like, wait a minute, I'm a Brazil powder, but they'll be quoting, Brazil and making a big deal out of it. So that's good stuff. It really is. Yeah. So anyhow, I'm going to well, I hate to step away and find that piece, but I'll just let you know that in September we are hoping to do a perspective on the trip that we took down south. Pat and I, we went with a delegation of about 46 to 47 people, and what we did was went to the very famous spots where things happen, like the Edmund Pettus Bridge was the place for whites only. And it was, it wasn't really a whites only thing, just that they didn't want us to march and protest. And that's what it really was about. So as the marchers were marching to Selma, Alabama, the state troopers, beat them back. Didn't just stop them, they beat them back. And people were bleeding. They called it Bloody Sunday. Someone almost lost an eye, and one lady, she couldn't stand up. They had to keep lifting her up because she was like hit over the head so hard. She was like knocked out, and at least one officer died as a result of that, trying to hold those people back. And they gave him a big, honor and everything. But hey, I'm sure he'd like to have his life back, just crazy. And then to have a president at the time who was behind all that and is still running around here trying to be a Teflon Don, with everything that slides right off of it. But it's not real life, so we'll see. Anyhow, just going on and on. There's a couple books I do want to lift up again. I don't know, I've said this before. If you guys have not read The Other Westmore, please do. This is a very good read by an award-winning author who is now the governor of Maryland. And he tells he's a Harvard graduate, I believe, too. I think did he go to Harvard? I believe so. He's just an excellent writer, and he tells it like it is. And you will not be disappointed. A lot of times I say, well, this is a children's book. No, it's not. I mean, this book is chock full of a lot of good stuff. It really is. And here's another one that I want to lift up. This is, I collect these all the time. This is a daily devotional, and it's called the 365 Essential Questions from the Bible. And it has it's made up like this, has different things on every page. And so it's just really, really, really a great way to study the Bible. It says turning woe to wow, turning woe to wow. God, the Holy of Israel. Israel's mother says, do you question who or what I'm making? Or are you telling me what I can or cannot do? Isaiah 45:11. Okay. Yeah. Says here the Bible tells of many unlikely individuals whom God guided and guarded so that they could come serve him. One example is Cyrus the Great, ruler of the Persian Empire. Despite his conquests, he was known even by his enemies as an ethical and tolerant ruler. Okay, but God had a bigger picture in mind than Cyrus. Okay, and it says here that he was reminding Cyrus in advance that even at his mightiest, he was only playing his part in God's plan. He's only playing his part in God's plan. It's easy to look around and think the world is getting darker every day, even if the world. But anyhow, so I'm going to ask Brother Chris if you don't mind bringing up another video, my brother. I know you always get about 4 that you put up, and I love the videos because they help us to understand the power of the written word. And then we have people like Giselle on, and I see we lost Brother Neil. I think Neil is probably done for the night. He came on right at the beginning. The Cultural Fest is Saturday, August the 17th, from 3 to 10 in this riverfront. It's going to be excellent. Hopefully there'll be no rain because they always bring a wonderful crowd out. You can see that's some of the entertainment. The Singers Lounge are all from Harrisburg and York, places like that. I guess that's Jade. And then Mako Swing, something like that. And then, of course, Rakim. He's a rapper, and Rakim. And so, yeah, it's going to be, and these are all free, folks. All free, So here we go.
Running away from home because at home is where I feel most alone. Into the arms of another, always under different covers, always on the prowl for the next unlucky lover. So cursed to have to deal with the worst of me, and all my insecurities become the death of me. Sending men to hell long before the first anniversary. We having physical relations without the relationship. Letting these niggas dip into my waters with no type of commitment. You would think I would resent this, but it gives me a sense of contentment. Or maybe I'm confusing this temporary satisfaction with this drug fiend-like habit of needing attention. Something I didn't get way back when I was supposed to be daddy's little girl. Back when my father was supposed to be the apple of my eye, the ruler of my world. In an attempt to fill this void, I find myself in the arms of yet another boy toy. And then so annoyed I become, and so I'm done with them. Throw them to the side and start the vicious cycle all over again. Having sex just to get some sense of male acceptance. And in their beds I lay trying to absorb that male essence. And then suddenly I become restless, trying to convince myself once again I'll never regret this. But the truth is, it's like this thirst I keep trying to forever quench. But it's like I'm drinking soda after 5-mile races. And then so complacent I become with all the running that I've done. It's hard to face the music without losing my God-given mind. Looking into the next man's eyes, trying to find the sign that I'm worthy. This nigga don't deserve no piece of me, but I let him have what's most sacred. Laying next to this nigga ass naked, wide awake trying to contemplate what will be the next reckless thing I'll do.
Powerful piece.
So I guess I could fill in for a minute. Lizelle, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
Woo, good to see you. That was a piece called Contentment, Dr. Gadsden.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And,
Dr. Dan Snowden is on as well, sir.
oh, brilliant.
Oh,
Okay.
I know.
I was heard from Brother Dan.
Good evening, how you
How you
doing?
doing, Dan?
Welcome, Dan.
Excellent, excellent. Good to see you. You got anything to read tonight?
Sure do.
Okay, we'll be coming to you in a second here then. But Brother Chris, what were
Right.
you saying?
Oh no, that the last piece we just heard was called Contentment.
Yeah, I was looking for that piece that I had that talks about upcoming events, and it dawned on me I don't know where it is right now. So I didn't it'll take me too long to look for it. But I'm gonna definitely get it and put it out there so that maybe you can help us to, push that along, let people know what's coming up. They're always free events, all of them are. So hopefully you'll come out and support. Thanks for putting up about the Cultural Fest on the 17th. That's gonna be awesome. In fact, wait a minute, the 17th. That's
Saturday.
this coming Saturday. That's right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, actually.
That is
Sure.
tomorrow. I said that earlier. That's right. It just seemed like it's just sneaking up on us, though.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
sir.
anyhow, they're talking about a little bit of rain tomorrow too. I hope it's not
That's
going
what
to
I
rain.
heard. There's
Yeah, I
a
hope
couple
it's not
parties in
gonna
our
rain.
neighborhood that have actually postponed ahead of schedule. The rain is
Yeah,
going to be pretty
yeah.
bad tomorrow.
Well, they have some events. I know they put up the stage and everything for the program tomorrow. But man, if it rains, I don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah, I don't know why we don't ever use these farm show for things like that. I mean that's just me. Yeah, I like it outside. It's nice. You can put a lot of people, but you can put a lot of people in the farm show. Absolutely. Anyhow, so Dan, Dr. Dan Snowden, if you don't mind reading a piece, I'd appreciate that.
Okay. In fact, I'll do a little bit better here. I'll read a couple here. The first one is called
okay, yeah,
Geology. It's first called Geology and Life. The science of geology supports all of life upon planet Earth. Without its consummate presence, humans, flora, and fauna have no birth. If there were no geology, then no materials or energy sources would be. Thus, it pays for all of us to give this science a much closer see. More importantly, without geology, water resources would be no more, and society as we know it would soon follow out the same door. Again, if no geology were here to help with understanding natural disasters, all persons who live on planet Earth would meet their collective demise all the faster. These are a few examples of geology's role in life. Perhaps taking this science more seriously could lead to worlds of less strife.
Amen. Mhm.
Yep. And the other piece, Nate, this would probably be familiar to you because it was a topic in one of your writers' workshops when you had the place back on Cumberland Street.
Right.
Called Sometimes I Can't Can Apply. It is often said enough that I can't is just not needed. Yet even this negative phrase can serve as one to be heeded. I can, of course, is better than I can't in terms of most formalities, but the matter of I can't may show some stark realities. Whether being careless for fun or making sure mayhem commence, somehow the phrase of I can't appears to make all the more sense. Others in the vein of I can't include a few obvious types, from blatant reckless behavior to following unneeded hypes. Perhaps some common sense is due when laying a poor term to rest. In taking the pragmatic approach, sometimes the I can't route is best.
I like it. I like that a lot. I got real hungry, so I had to get me a couple of nuggets here.
Oh, yes. Well, as I said before, that was a topic in one of your earlier writers' workshop sessions, so I just decided to take the ball at that and create a poem from it.
You did well. You did real well. So let me ask a question. If we had, of course, we're going to, try to continue the podcast like this, the broadcast and everything, but there's a lot of talk about doing stuff in person. And so we've been playing around with the idea for a long time. Would you actually come out if we did do it in person, Dan?
Oh, yes, because that's how it was originally.
That's right.
And as a matter of fact, I just came from, well, there was a poetry session being held at the Millworks, and I read a few pieces there. So,
Oh, nice. Who put that on?
Raina 76 artist. It was in her studio in Studio 318 in the Millworks.
Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, there's different things popping up all the time, and it's good to see different venues, and that kind of thing. Hats off to Julia Mallory. Most of us know that she opened up 1006 down on 3rd Street, and it's a real nice studio that she has there, and she's selling a lot of her wares, and also she has different events, and they're very unique. She hasn't had poetry events from what I understand, but she's had pinochle tournaments and all kinds of things. But hats off to her. She's an excellent writer, excellent poet, and I'll forever remember the Branches Wordshop, So good for her. I've been following Iya Soki. She's out in California, her and her family, and she does a lot of stuff on Facebook talking about various things. And I know she started writing again, and I hope she maintains that, because she has a wonderful ear for writing. So hats off to her. We haven't talked to Lynn Blackston in a while. Lynn Blackston's another writer who has done a lot of stuff, not just poetry, but she also does the characters like Rosa Parks. She does a one-woman play. She did, there were just so many, I can't name them all, but yeah, she does some really nice things, and I hope she's still doing her thing. Who else? Oh, Danny Fordham. I see Danny Fordham was getting ready to come off another film, and it's about a local gentleman who I'm not familiar with, but I'm sure I will be once I see the movie itself. But he's doing a lot of good work and really putting Harrisburg on the map. The one that he did was last year, maybe 2 years ago. It was literally standing room only, and they finally said, could get no more people into the theater. And there's they had the largest of the theaters out there, Regal, and they packed that thing out. It was great. Had a red carpet. It was just a real nice setup, and the way the people responded was just fantastic. So hats off to him for the work he's doing. Hats off to my brother, Nathan Lee Gadsden. Nathan had a play that he did about a woman educator, a female educator out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And he had it at the Ware Center, which is just a beautiful facility owned by, I think it's Millersville University, and it's in downtown Lancaster. And he sold it out. And everybody gave really good reviews about it, said it was a great play. And Nate wrote it and directed it, so yeah, hats off to him for what he did. And again, we lost Marty Esworthy. Marty was the architect behind the Almost Uptown Poetry Cartel, a fine poet himself, and teacher. And they had a wonderful homegoing service for him with a poetic send-off, so to speak. And I'm sorry I couldn't attend, but it was great. I saw it on Facebook, and it was really, really, the poets came out, beautiful setting. I don't know who created that setting, and all the gigantic pictures of Marty behind the poets. It was really a great touch. That was good stuff. So were you able to go to that, Dan?
Actually, no, I wasn't able to make it to that one. The only thing I made was when they did the Almost Uptown, actually the Blacklisted Poets of Harrisburg, the event that was held on Thursday, I was there at that one.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, good. And Lizelle, so we were talking about Lizelle Powder tonight. Lizelle is moving into a new facility, and she a new home, and she needs some help here. With the artists, we got to stick together. And those of you who enjoy the written word, spoken word, you have an opportunity to help a sister out. We've already planted a seed. Planted a seed of some $200, and now we're looking for persons that will step up and help out. So Lizelle, take it away. Tell us how we can help you and how people can make donations and contributions.
Okay, well, they can donate to my Cash App. My Cash App is $ Liselle Powder, LISELLE Powder, POWDER. Cash App, well, that's a Cash App, $ Liselle Powder. I put it in the chat. So if anybody wish to donate, whatever little, you know, so I could make this moving into my new place, you know, smooth. I'll be very grateful. Thank you.
Don't be too shy now. Come on. We gotta sell that bell. Settle. You know, because you've been a very faithful person here with the Wordshop. And then this and that, not one of us on here hasn't been through something, you know? And so we were just asking, you know, for persons of God and people who have the means. You don't need a lot. Like I said, we once asked for $25 and was just overwhelmed with the response. It was really a good response. And people just you know, appreciated what we were doing, and they, you know, and I'm sure people will appreciate what Giselle's doing. She's traveled here to Harrisburg before. She has great paintings, by the way. And we did, you know, purchase some of the paintings, my wife and I, and also her books of poetry. And then she writes poetry, but differently, writes all the time, which is a great thing. That's wonderful. So, you know, again, if you have a heart to, you know, help, and we know that you do, if you can help, please help. And that is, you know, make the donation anywhere from 25 on up to whatever you can do. And Lizelle's trying to move it. I think you need it by next Friday, so that would be
Yeah,
the 25th.
23rd.
20 what?
The 23rd.
23rd?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
Good Friday.
Yeah, 23rd. I said 25th.
Yeah.
23rd. You're right. Yes. I was reading without my glasses. That's a dangerous thing. Yeah, so okay. And so again, Cash App or what other means? Is there another way to do it?
Well, they can do the Zelle. Whoever has Zelle, my phone number, I think it works by the phone number. I can put my phone number on the chat.
Okay. Tell us like you read your poetry. You read your poetry with power. Right now you're talking real soft.
Huh?
Where's that power at, woman?
No, I just said yeah, they can do the yeah, if the Cash App or the Zelle.
Or that? Okay.
Yeah, the Zelle. Zelle, I can just put my number. With my contact number.
Okay.
I'll be
Well,
okay. That's it.
okay, well, you
It's
find
by
it.
the phone number. It works.
There you go. Okay, phone. Now, what do you do with the phone number?
Look, I put it there. 516-589.
Oh, that's the Zelle. That's how you do Zelle?
Yeah, I think it's through the phone number. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
516-589-9973.
Okay, real good. Yeah, well, listen, this is what we do. We try to support one another any way we possibly can. And, you know, and when one hurts, we all hurt. One help, we all help, you know, and that's the way it should be. And so, you know, please help the sister out. Her name is Gazelle Powder. She's an artist, visual as well as spoken word. And she's been, you know, touring here in the vineyard of the Wordshop for the last few years. And we're just glad to have her. And so we're going to do anything we can, you know, to put the word out there and help out. You know, that's what we do. That's what we do. She lives in New York. Is it New York? What part of New York? New York City, New York, the
Long
Bronx?
Island.
Long Island. She lives in Long Island. Okay. That's even the name of the drink. So, you know, come on now. Anyway. All right. Well, do you have another poem you want to share? And then I'll do the same. What time do we have? Let me make sure, because one of those people don't like to go over time. We could.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have this one that I wrote today. All right, this is called The Tough Skin. The tough skin is stories that are embedded in the flesh, not written with pencils or pen, but with blood and sacrifices that trailed through the veins. The tough skin never give up. Though at times the skin may be bruised and broken, somehow she heals through triumph and rigorous storms. She shines like gold even if her dark side is all torn and mangled and messed with emotions that pours from her skin. She is complicated through her soul that her eyes dim with deep blackness. Her reach can only be so far. Her mind can't contain the drama. She scoops up her emotions as she plants them on her scars, hurting but not bending to the issues of life. She holds her breath and breathes a sigh. With wavering thoughts, her eyes flows into her brokenness as she mutters to herself. But her tough skin didn't move as she is seated and planted from the foundations of her despair.
Wow. Very well said. That's nice. Tough skin.
Tough skin.
Very good. Thank you. Thank
You know, they say when you're going through problems, you have tough skin.
Yeah.
That's what they say in the Caribbean, your skin tough.
Skin tough.
Not necessarily mean the you could say the texture of the skin too, because it has some people with tough skin, but it means no matter what storm coming, no matter what you're being beaten, broken, whatever it is hitting you, you're standing strong. So you have a tough skin. You're not bending or breaking or, to the trials of life.
That's good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because we need it. Sometimes, we give up too quickly. When we give in too quickly, having that tough skin. Someone just say something about you and you're falling apart. Or they call your name or whatever. And it's like, no, come on, But Dan, do you have another poem for us?
Yep, sure do.
Okay.
Alrighty. I guess I'll do this one because it's going to be coming up next weekend. It's called the Collectible Show of Wildwood, New Jersey. On selected dates in 2 summer months, early July and late August each year, a show takes place in Wildwood, New Jersey, with collectibles that many hold dear. The event offers items about sports, such as cards, plaques, equipment, and clothing. Football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. Even wrestling appears without loathing. There are other wares available here, ranging from among toys, coins, and comics. Even posters are found at this affair, covering a wide range of topics. I bought some movie posters at this show. The subjects were the giant monster type, thereby feeding a long-standing passion, newer method, but still the same sharp hype. Hence, the collectible show at Wildwood is one such happy place where I attend. For any Wildwood summer visitors, this show is what I'd highly recommend.
All right. So that's coming up soon.
And I'll note that with the fact that in the room where I keep my computer in my home, the back wall, those posters are all hanging up there. There's more than 30 of them at this point.
Wow, 30.
Yep.
Man, you serious about collecting posters? That's great.
Yep. Just a hobby of a different sort, I guess.
That's all right. That's all right. So we have a number of things coming up. And what I want you to do is, if you want to check out upcoming events, you can always see those events on my page, which is Facebook, and it's Nathaniel, Nathaniel Gadsden, Gadsden. In fact, you're gonna see it on the screen right up under my picture there. And so, check out the Facebook page and see what's happening. And we do have a gentleman who is partnered with the Writers Wordshop and Life Esteem. His name is Stephen Gailey. In fact, Brother Chris, can you go to my page and bring up a picture of the guy? He's the clown. He didn't have his makeup on, but he has a dog with him. And the dog was at the Harrisburg Hospital this past Wednesday, along with Stephen, of course. And they went and entertained the kids who were very sick in the hospital. And some of them were very sick. And that's his heart. So he's starting a troupe, a clown troupe here in Harrisburg. He has them in other places as well, in Canada, Pittsburgh. There he goes. That's Stephen right there. And that's his dog, Neil. and Neil's a pit bull, boxer. No, what do you call it? Not a boxer. What do they call
Pit
it?
bull. A pit bull.
It's not a pit bull, but what's the one that used to be when we were growing up? It wasn't a pit bull. It was always the I'm just drawing a blank. It starts with like a B, I think. What is it? A bulldog. Bulldog.
Bulldog.
Yeah, that's what he is. And the owners that had him before Stephen rescued him, was trying to use him as a fighting dog. And the dog is very gentle. He doesn't bark or anything like that. He's just a dog that wants to be petted. And so anyhow, they clipped off his ears and also his tail so he could be a fighting dog. And then Stephen, said this dog doesn't want to fight, and he's now training him. One of the unique things about the dog also is he can sense when a person's getting ready to have an epileptic seizure. He literally comes to life and tries to alert other people this person's getting ready to have a seizure. So that's a special skill that whoever had him. And then Stephen really has nurtured that, So that's very unique. And this was at the Harrisburg Hospital. Like I said, he had just been in work with some kids, and he was going from room to room. I didn't want to go into the room with the kids because of the HIPAA and all that. So I don't want to show them, but, the kids were really enjoying Stephen's visit. Yes, indeed. So hats off to Stephen Geller. I'm hoping to have him up in Reservoir Park this coming Tuesday. Tuesday, that would be what? Let me make sure I'm looking at this thing right this time. I think that'd be the 20th. Tuesday the 20th. He will be in Reservoir Park sometime in the afternoon. We noticed that there are a lot of children, a lot of parents. We'll probably go early evening because I know school's getting back in. I don't know if it'll be back on the 20th, but it'll be mighty close. So some people going back on a Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. But he's going to avail himself, and he has a lot of brochures and stuff. He wants to start a troupe of people who will be trained to be clowns. And I call them therapeutic clowns, to go into the hospitals and the nursing homes. So entertain the children as well as the senior citizens, Yeah, it's going to be nice. And he's had plenty of experience. Stephen himself goes by the name of Zippo, and he was, a clown in the Royal Canadian Army, the Royal Canadian Circus for a number of years. He's still a part of it, and he does their chaplaincy work, and all that stuff. But a fascinating guy, a great backstory, tragic but great backstory in terms of his life, and just a great ministry. He's both an ordained minister and also, college, degrees and all that stuff. And he's also a chaplain. Yeah, ordained chaplain. So, Chris, am I right that I say that we have one more? I think we saw 3 so far. Is there one more video that you wanted to show tonight? You queued up?
I think I have 2, but I know I got one more here.
Oh, well, yeah, 2, great. Okay.
They're more on the shorter side tonight.
Uh-huh.
Hey, my name is Mariah Hester, and I just wrote a spoken word, and this is my first one that I actually shared on video with. So I'm gonna do this real quick, and I want to know how do y'all feel about it. So here we go. Maybe it's just me, or maybe it's just them. They, just us, or we, or maybe everybody can see. In this skin I'm in, where hurt lies in this bed in the shape of my heart, where brutal scars are spread out all over beneath this skin. Depression, mourning, anger has taken over my body. Who am I now on the outside? There's no signs of weakness, emotion, or despair. So how can I constantly weep? Weep until I tense up and scream out to the world that I am lost and I need to be found. I ask myself, what is it? What can people see that I can't? What is missing? What is not filling in the pieces that needs to be filled always in this life? Am I happy? Where my happiness has gone? Who took it? What happened to it? Where is it? I feel so alone. My face on the outside is visible for everyone else to see, has shown that nothing is wrong. Little do they know that my life is dark, shallow, dead on the inner, because deep down inside, happiness is unknown.
Good stuff. Okay. And if you want to bring the next one up too, you know, I know you take a minute to, you know, but yeah, just want to bring that up as well. She has some beautiful hair. It's long. I don't know if that, you know, I can't tell women's hair whether or not it's theirs or it's, you know, it's somebody else's. But she had beautiful hair though. You know? Okay, so while
It'll
we're
take
waiting
a
for that,
second. Yeah, go ahead. It'll take me a
okay,
second here, Dr.
yeah, it's good. So one of the things that I'm thinking of doing is, you know, doing something out at, you know, I was trying to think of a venue, but 900 South Arlington Avenue is where we have our offices and stuff, and we have access to, you know, various boardrooms and all that. And I think we could have a real nice spot, just using what we have. You know, I was thinking about we can go there, but you know, some of those venues cost a lot. Then also, some of them are just so booked up all the time. Whereas we have our spot, and you know, we can use that cafeteria area. That's not a dining area, which is downstairs in the downstairs double. But you know, we could pack that out, have some food and refreshments, you know, for it, and had a microphone kicking, ready to do our thing. Yeah, it's time. It's time for us to do that. We did a real nice reading back in the early part of the summer. It was Ro Brady and a number of people. Ro actually ran the workshop because she was, you know, facilitating the whole thing about writing your book or writing whatever. And so then everybody was challenged. It wasn't Ro, I'm sorry, it was Maria Chow. Maria Chow was the one who did the facilitating and did a bang up job. Anyhow, and everybody got up and read their pieces after they created them. And it's something to do with pain. What was it? I forget the exact thing, but it had to do with pain. And boy, the way these people wrote, you know, you could feel the pain. And then also they wrote with authority. They were storytelling. They told powerful stories. And it was all women. It didn't turn out, it wasn't supposed to just be just women, but it was. It's all women. I think something like was it 14 of them? I don't know, 10, 12, 14. And they got up and read. I said, you just created this today? They have, you know, just like brother, you know, Dr. Snowden was saying, you know, we have retreats, we've had them, and we have moved away from that. We need to get back to it because the guy here told me it's wide open for us. And the retreats were from 9 to 5. And we really just spend a lot of time writing, interfacing, talking, eating, just having a good time. But the main purpose of the you know, of the getaway was to the retreat was to write, and we did fulfill that. My brother Nathan Lee Gadsden, he's a very great writer as well, and he came down and did a little workshop for us. We had a guy come all the way from I think it was New Hampshire, Brown. What was his name? I forget his full name, but he came down. He's a very, very good poet. And at one point, he was married to Sheila Smith. I think that's the name. The great African American poet who just, you know, knocks it out of the park all the time. So he came down a couple times for us, and we had a good time. Yeah. Okay. So let's do this then. Let's if there's, you know, one more piece each one of you want to read, we'll wrap it up with that. And also we'll encourage you again and look at the email. You know, well, she put her email address in, I think she did. And then also I know she has both her Cash App and her Zelle, which is I think her phone number. So there are many ways that you can help out the Zelle powder between now and then. You don't have to do it tonight. Maybe you don't have it tonight, but if you have it on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, she could certainly use it. And she's trying to get a place, and she's added a lot to the world by adding her art, her poetic voice, just you know, just her smile, the presence. She's been connected with the Wordshop now. How long have you been with the Wordshop, Gazelle?
I think I might be over 3 years, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Was it going on 4 years? It's a long time.
So it's time to pay back, folks. Let's pay her back. You know, she's been entertaining us, and now we can help her. And believe me, she needs the help. And like I said, we already raised at least 200. And so we're looking for 800 more. more than 800 or more if we can swing it, but right now 800 more to help out, you know, Lizelle Powder, great writer as well as a great visual artist, living in New York City and Long Island, New York, and she needs our help, folks. So let's give it up. Let's do it. Okay, let's make this thing happen.
Thank you for the support.
Oh yeah, like when they always say the devil is a liar. That's so true. That's so true. Devil's gonna tell you can't do it all. Don't, you know, give up. But you know better.
Yes.
You know better. Brother Chris, did you find the second one, last one?
Oh, yes, sir, I did.
Okay. Anytime you're ready, man. We'll take it as it is.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
Hey guys, it's Clarice again. I just finished writing up my second spoken word poem that I've ever written, and I want to share it with you guys. And if you guys are wondering why, like, my face is so close, is because I don't have my glasses on or my contacts, so I literally can't see the screen, and I can't even see my face on the screen, so that's why. The name of this poem is called Happiness. I hope you guys like it. When you look for it, you can't find it. When you find it, you can't hide it. It's all we ever want, all we think we ever need. We would beg for it and our knees drop to the ground and yell, please. So you think to yourself, I'll go to school so that I won't be a fool. I'll get a job, no, a career, and then surely I'll be near. That's what they've always told me. That's what I always hear on TV, the flat screen, those people, the clothes, the house, the car. That's all that matters, right? That'll be the life. But then you get all that, and it's still not enough. It's never enough, because material things will only supply you with temporary satisfaction. In order to fulfill the need of your heart and soul, you need something bigger than you and me, bigger than a flat screen. You need a love so great and powerful that it can't be contained, a love that only one can exclaim. The love of Jesus Christ, our Lord and our Savior. And no, his love for you does not depend on your behavior. And it's not one you can buy. If that's what they told you, it's a lie. His gift is free for everyone and has no price. I hope you guys liked it.
That is so true. It has no price. It's free. You know, it's absolutely free. All you have to do is accept it, you know? Cash it in. Accept it and cash it in. Yeah. There were a number of shootings in the Harrisburg area. I know everybody's heard about it. The last two in particular seem to be just horrendous. 13-year-old girl was shot and she died within 2 hours of being shot. They rushed to the hospital and she just didn't make it. Then you had another boy who was only 16 who apparently is now saying there is a connection. First, they kept saying they didn't see a connection. Now they're saying they do. But this 15-year-old boy had a gun, and he literally just, randomly shot people. And then he got shot. Someone said he, I don't know, they accused him of all kinds of stuff. But they did sort of vigilante kind of thing. They took the law into their own hands. And now somebody is going to, face beat down for the whole thing of retaliation. And I was asked in a group of ministers today, what can we do? How can we lend our voices? And one of the pastors said we could reach out to the parents on both sides. Parents who, have the child that was shot and killed, and the parents who have the child that was, the person who pulled the trigger. And so those parents are suffering, I'm sure, because that's the child, whether they're in prison or whether they're, 6 feet under in the coffin. Those parents are hurting, and not just the parents, but the extended family, the nuclear family and the extended family. A lot of people behind these folks. So anyhow, I pose the same thing to the Writers' Workshop. I think we need to do something, to do a poetic tribute or something, especially to a little baby like who's 13 years old and now should never walk the earth again. Come on. It's just wrong. So we're going to do better. We got to do better because we can't do any worse as far as I'm concerned. And, the Writers' Workshop stands united to do whatever we can to bring some, healing, if you will, to some of this stuff that's going on. All right? All right. And it doesn't matter where you're located, either New York or North Carolina or whatever. We want all poets and all writers to be a part of this, this effort. And we got to do something. We just have to. So that's, my little spiel for the night. I think I'm going to let it go now. And appreciate you, Brother Chris, for engineering the program again tonight. And I hope that, we will get on Facebook all the things that are coming, and hope that you will come out and join in with us and help us to celebrate, the written and spoken word. And again, all of our programs are always free. We may have vendors that are selling stuff, but in order for you to get in to be a part of it, nope. I want everybody to have an equal opportunity of at least going to it. And so that's why we're doing it that way. Zil, thank you so much for coming on, and we're going to keep doing this throughout. But I won't stop just for the day. What I'll do is I'll go online. I know you will as well, and don't be afraid to mention it, and just let people know that you need some help, and we'll see what we can do. We might be able to raise another 6,000-7,000 without even blinking. It just happens. God might just bless one person or 5 or 6 people, or 10 people, like I said, to do, something that is, is a blessing to somebody. So, Dr. Dan Snowden, thank you. You always, do a great job. You and Lucille both, and I appreciate your work.
My pleasure.
Okay,
My pleasure.
and hope to see you again. And to everyone that watched this broadcast, please support the Writers Workshop. We do free programs. We're located at 900 South Arlington Avenue, and every month we have something cooking. So check out Nicole Wilkerson is making it happen. She's our events coordinator and planner. And then check me out as well, Nathaniel Gadsden on Facebook. God bless you all. Have a good night.
All right, good night.
Good evening, then.
Thanks again.
Okay.
Here, Dr. G.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yes,